Hello, my name is Mikaela. I have a short tutorial for you on Camel Pose, Ustrasana, and I think it'd be a good idea to have some blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks at home, I know that sometimes we're like, oh, grab some books, and totally, if it's like stable, or you know what else works is like Tupperware containers, or you can even roll up some blankets. Anything that's just gonna give you a bit of a lift up from the floor. Okay, so when it comes to Ustrasana, Camel Pose, there are a little bit of prep postures that you might want to invite into your body and feel it out before you make your way into Ustrasana. I'm just going to break them down really quickly for you, and then we're going to go into the posture itself, the asana. So this is a heart opening shape, which means it's also a bit of a back bend, but I don't really like to refer to it as a back bend. I love to refer to it as like that front body opening and expansion. We really want to focus on creating the length in the spine as we are bringing in that front body opening and expansion. So if you think about all the areas we're getting into, right, it extends right from your quads, your hip flexors, your abdominals, your diaphragm, across your chest and your shoulders. A lot of this front body is going to get an expansion, and the back body is going to be supporting that. So a couple postures that might feel good to start with would be a shoulder roll over. You can reach your left arm over to the left side, palm of the hand down, wrist in line with the shoulder, bend your right knee and peel over onto that left hip. So your right hip stacks over top of the left. You see we'll get into the front of that left shoulder and the left side of your chest. You might hold this for 5 to 10 slow breaths. Okay, and of course you would do the right side as well. I've already done a bit of movement, so my body is very warmed up for this, but I'm just going to show you one more. You can be on your belly, and you can move into locust pose. So your arms will be back alongside your body. Feet are in line with your hips. As you inhale, you'll lift your chest up off the floor. Hands can stay grounded, or maybe you float your arms up off of the floor. And you can keep the tops of your feet grounded, feeling that engagement in your back line of the body, but creating length. So as if you're reaching the top of the head for the front of the mat, toes to the back, and if you want, you can float your legs up. Again, you might hold this one for 5 slow breaths, lower down, take a little windshield wiper of the knees to neutralize, and then maybe do it again. Those 2 postures are a really good prep for this shape. So when it comes to Ustrasana itself, it's nice to start on the knees, and you can have your blocks just outside of your feet, just in case. Yeah, just to have them there to start. I always like to start with my hands, the heels of my hands right on the base of my spine or the tops of the glutes, and roll the shoulders down and back. So you feel that length in your spine, the opening of your chest already. And it's with your inhale that you want to lift your chest up and then slowly start to guide your gaze up along the wall, the ceiling in front of you. If you're outside, maybe it's a tree trunk. I don't know, but you're finding that length, right? So it might not look like much, but what do you feel? Do you feel that lengthening instead of that immediate dumping back? Okay, because if you bring in that immediate dumping back, you might bring in some pressure into your low back. So if you think about it, pressing down into the heels of your hands, lifting up with the chest, like I've got a string attached to your collarbones, and then from there, you start to guide your gaze up, 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 keeping those hips quite in line. Good, and this might be it. This is perfect. And then you slowly come all the way back. In between sets, you can sit your hips back to your heels, and then just do a little twist side to side to neutralize your spine, especially if you're taking multiple sets, okay? Instead of rounding your spine right after that heart opening, you want to maintain that space between the vertebra that you just created, and so neutralizing in between just kind of holds on to that. Now, if you want to move a little bit further, if that felt good, you start always from the step 1, okay? So hands right on your low back. Once again, as you inhale, you're going to lift your heart, shoulders away from the ears, guiding your gaze up, up, up. Good. Now, if it feels comfortable, you might keep your left hand at your low back and reach your right hand down for the top of that block. Roll the right shoulder open. Good. And maybe the left hand comes down for the top of the block. Rolling the shoulders open. There we go. Chest stays open. Gaze is up. Breathe in. Breathe out. And slowly all the way back up. Tall spine. Sit your hips back. And take a little neutralization of the spine. Good. Now for me personally, rolling my shoulders open in Ustrasana, it's a bit challenging with the blocks. It's just the way that my bone structure is, I think, 'cause the blocks are outside of my feet. So I like to do this one with my toes tucked, and I reach my hands down for my heels. I'm going to guide you through this one. Otherwise, if you're comfortable right where you were, you're going to keep your blocks right there, okay? But same idea, hands on your low back. Take an inhale to create length. Maintain that length. Start to guide your gaze up. Shoulders away from the ears. Good, not rushing it. Feeling that space, and then maybe you reach your right hand down for the top of your right heel. That right shoulder rolls open. Feel it first. Good, and then maybe that left hand comes down for that left heel. Chest is open, shoulder blades towards one another. Good, lifting up through the collarbones. Maybe closing your eyes just to really feel that sensation. Is your breath flowing through your body? Take one more breath. And then use your hands to come back to your low back. Come up to a tall spine. Untuck your toes, sit back to your heels, and give yourself a little neutralization. Side to side, little twist. Good. If that felt really good, your next step might be just to not have the toes tucked, and you can reach for your heels with the tops of the feet down. That's another step you can take. But again, it's just being aware and not rushing yourself into it. Knowing, checking in with the breath, right? If it's fluid in the posture, in the asana, then your body's like, yeah, I'm good here today. And it can be different every day. So checking in, moving slowly, enjoying the process. That's what it's all about. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.